she's found a way to automatically pull the catalog to populate complementary items around what you're looking at. That's kind of become table stakes now. So she's taken it up a level. She's saying, what if you could use AI to automatically shift when a consumer's looking at an item on your site, what if you can automatically shift it to show the top performer in the category? Replace an out of stock item with something you can actually deliver. Real time, like, right as the customer's pulling up to look at this item, this is happening real time. What if you could substitute in a higher margin item? Or an item you're behind forecast on and you need to catch up on. All these things you can leverage AI. A customer's looking at a purse, a pair of shoes. You can not only complete the look, but you can kind of optimize what you're showing that customer at any given moment in time with AI. Find Mine was a long slog getting along, but they have major brands on board now. The Gap, Old Navy,
Revolve.
Vineyard Vines. Who?
Revolve.
Revolve. I don't know that one. I'm not with it.
It's okay.
And Adidas has been a long-time customer, but they've just gotten a large round of funding, and they're really in a spot to really blow it up now in a good way. Another one in apparel, and this one's right here in Texas, in Austin, Crave Retail. This is the simplest but most beautiful concept. When you have a customer in your store, in the fitting room, trying on clothes, to lose that customer and not close the deal is like unthinkable, right? You've got them. All you have to do is give them a good experience, and that customer is golden. What this fella's done is he's brought the online experience into the fitting room. So while you're in the fitting room, it automatically scans and knows the items you've brought in with you. So you walk in with a handful of stuff on hangers, it's automatically in the system knowing what you're looking at. You can look at different colors, different sizes, complementary items. You can get help. All the kind of things you can do quickly online, and up to now you haven't been able to do very efficiently in store. This company's bringing that experience. Their first national rollout was early last year, and it was like about as good as you could get. Victoria's Secret. So they're now in every Victoria's Secret store. Which, I'm not a Victoria's Secret shopper, but I can imagine if you're in a fitting room trying on a bra, you don't want to like reclothe, go out and look again and come back in. So I think it's a really fabulous use case to build off of. And he's already got a dozen other brands signed on that he's deploying. So I think Victoria's Secret was a perfect first move on this. A couple more I'll show. This we'll have to adapt because we got to go in the grocery to get our fresh fruits and vegetables, right? But really, what have the family name grocery chains been experiencing? They've lost massive market share because having perishable product has been a key growth engine for who? Target, Walmart. It's been an incredible way for the big retailers, the Walmarts, to beef up by having the supply chain around perishables. So the grocery chains like Brookshire's in this area, who's one of their clients, have been losing market share dramatically. Bird's Eye helps them regain market share by intense personalization. They're able to take all the transaction log data from every customer's purchase in the stores they serve and feed out to those customers relevant offers based on what they care about, based on what they're buying, based on what they want, based on recipes that they need to fill. And what's most interesting about this, forever, the grocery industry has done the old-fashioned ad circular that has all the kind of sale items they can offer from brands using brand credit. But with Bird's Eye, what they're doing with grocery chains, the stores pay for the promotions themselves. It's that valuable. And it's much more relevant. What they're able to do with this, to flip it to the grocer side of the equation, is they're now able to tell grocers, who's your most loyal set of customers? And more importantly even, who's your next most promising group that could become your most loyal customers? If you offer them the right thing the right way at the right time. The ROI on these campaigns that they run regularly for grocers is phenomenal. I mean, it's like 300, 400, 500% ROI on the spend on these campaigns. And the grocer can promote what they want to promote, not necessarily what the brands want to promote. So this company's really in a good spot. They're now in about 1,000 stores in a dozen different chains across the country. The one nearest to us is Brookshire's. Yes, sir.
So one thing that I'm thinking,
We're going to use drones flying around grocery store aisles to monitor inventory on the shelves. What could possibly go wrong with that? We thought it sounded really cool, but we kind of questioned, would you really be having drones flying when consumers are walking through? And between us, I think they really did this as a way to get attention, because boy, did they get attention from the marketplace. But you know, how frustrating is it, and we saw it in spades during the pandemic, but how frustrating it is to be out of stock. That's lost revenue that does not need to be lost if you can manage shelf inventory effectively. So here's the exciting part about Pensa. They're using AI machine vision to capture store shelf inventory and replenish. But the way they're doing it, the original competition is brands with their employees that monitor inventory, like snack companies or beverage might send their own people to monitor inventory, and then the store typically monitors like produce inventory and CPG inventory. What came along that everybody thought was going to change the industry was robots, like the Bossa Nova, the Badger robot. These robots that roll around store aisles and are logging inventory. Those things are expensive. They cost, you know, at least $10,000 per unit, and they've never been deployed. And the reason is the ROI is just not there. The brilliant part of Pensa is they figured out there's already a massive army of people that are walking grocery store aisles 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all day long. And I affectionately call them the brand police. It's all these shopper marketing firms like Crossmark, Acosta, Advantage. They have thousands and thousands of employees that go out into grocery store aisles and walk the aisles all day long to verify that the brands they represent are being represented correctly on the shelf, in inventory level and in frontage space, right? Square footage or end cap. So Pensa has been able to leverage the brand police who actually pay them to collect the data. So you're looking at the competitor that has to charge $10,000 per robot to put a robot on the floor. Pensa's getting paid by people that collect the data, so they're getting paid. So their cost of goods is a number that grows revenue. It's a negative number. I just think it's brilliant. And they've become vital to these firms, because now these people can walk an aisle and scan it with their mobile phone, and they get to the end of the aisle, and it tells them the 10 things they need to do to bring that aisle into compliance with the planogram, like that fast. So it enables this army of people that's already out there to do their job better, and that's why they get paid to collect the data. But turns out the brands and the retailers really value that real-time inventory data a lot. And this one's our biggest investment, so it better be a grand slam.
So this is offset.